to the game because he's been here so long.
Because I thought I had the time wrong. All right, good talking to you too. Another thing I do know, I met him once.
Did you? Well, I'm like, who are you?
I don't know him.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, any given kid I know.
Right.
Yeah.
It was just, he just started talking. It's just like, wait, who are
Right.
you?
Yeah.
And he's like, are you a teacher here? I'm like, who are you that doesn't know that?
Right. And the thing is, that happens to me though so much.
Yeah.
Where like, or at least it used to, where like kids I didn't know, but they would talk so familiar.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh man, I definitely met this kid. And then I didn't. And I was like, so I had to go along with it.
Yeah.
Like those two girls, I knew Issa. I didn't know the other girl. I don't even know her name.
Gotcha.
But like, she started roasting me. I'm like, all right, cool.
Oh, Peggy Brace.
Is Peggy?
Peggy. P-A-G-I. Wasn't that who was with her?
I have no idea.
Yeah, Peggy.
I've literally never met her.
Yep.
But all right, cool. That's
Yep.
good to know. Yeah, John.
That's a different voice.
And you were touchdown. The New York State Public High School Athletic Association requires officials to enforce all sportsmanship rules and reality equations. We will not tolerate negative statements or actions between players, coaches, and spectators. If such comments are heard or actions seen, they will be addressed by the appropriate attention. Let the next contest reflect mutual respect, be loud, be proud, and be positive.
And
Thank you.
you're going to do which is kind of like if somebody makes a basket, we have to go find them.
Now let's make a start for Brent Hill.
Once we get to the pool over here.
Starting at 4, number senior, Miles Newsy.
No, the basics.
At guard, number 1, senior, Tristan Torres. Starting at 4, number 2, senior, Anthony Nuzzi. At 4, number 13, freshman, John Clocker. And at guard, number 22, senior, Ben Klein. And now your starter for your Guilderland Dutchman. Starting at guard, number 1 senior, Nico Santa Barbara. At 4, number 2 senior, Ryan Gilbert. At center, number 23, senior, David Gilbert. At 4, number 33, sophomore, Tyler DeFoster. And starting at guard, number 34, junior. And now we ask you to please rise and remove your hats to do our America performance.
we have.
Forever. I'm Brenna Autry along with Matt Pinchinot, and we are so excited to bring you Burnt Hills versus Guilderland High School tonight for our boys tip-off at our home location. Welcome back, Matt.
I am so happy to be here. It's great to be back. I was actually telling Brenna a little bit before this. This feels like a best of both worlds kind of situation. Basketball, connecting with students I haven't seen in a long time. It's definitely a good feeling to be back.
So much fun, and we're so excited. It's the best time of the year.
Oh, by far.
By far.
By far.
So we are getting ready for tip here. We've got David Filkins in the center going up against number 22, Ben Klein. Ben Klein is somebody we're going to have to keep our eyes on tonight.
Yeah.
Last year he scored 17 for us the first time we played him, and then the second game he scored 14. So he's someone we definitely have to keep our eyes on tonight for sure. And for the tip,
there it is. Ooh.
and Guilderland gets possession.
Hey, good double clutch.
Nice, quick two attempt, but didn't get it for Oliver. We are coming off a freshman game that went into overtime. It was nice to see a win come out for the Dutch.
Yeah.
And our JV team is at Amsterdam tonight, anxiously awaiting how they did.
Okay. Hey, Ryan Gilbert setting the tone, though, for the season. Right now, we're a minute into the not even a minute into the game, and they're already diving on the ball or on the floor for a loose ball.
Love to see the hustle. We'll say that day in, day out.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
It's going to be interesting to see how we work with this new set of guys here. We've got a lot of returners from last year, but we've got a lot of new people into the mix, too.
Right. And what's interesting, too, and it's not just by grade, because there's not any new ninth graders per se, but there's a lot of players who are returning for a variety of different reasons. So I want to kind of see how Coach has that system.
Yeah,
and
he's
how they
definitely
fit in.
going with 5 that he knows and who played last year. So it's a starting 5 we are familiar with.
Right. Obviously, some of the notable seniors, of course, are going to be missed. Kapazinski and Delwich and such.
Totally.
Berschwinger.
Klein goes for the jumper and misses. Rebound to the Dutch. Gilbert with the ball, bringing it down, going for the 2, misses. Put back missed by David Filkins, and a foul on the play. Fouls on number 0. It's his first. That's Miles Yanuzzi, also somebody for the Spartans we've got to keep our eye on. Throws Ryan Gilbert to the line.
No, Brent, I wanted him to score that so badly because I have this line I'm waiting to use for our first bucket.
You've been working on
wait.
that?
Just wait. You're gonna.
Oh, I'm waiting. It's amazing what that car ride can give you for ammunition, isn't it?
Yeah.
Gilbert scores on the first.
I've had an entire season to build these lines up, so this will be a fun night.
And the second. So the Dutch are on the board with Gilbert's 2 points here.
That free throw shooting is tough. Kind of reminds me of Nick Ruff. And that's how we start.
Spartans with the ball. Quick foul.
Yeah, that's on the floor.
Spartans already with 2 fouls and 2 on Miles Yanuzzi. That's not something the Spartans are going to want at all.
No. And he comes out of the game.
Right away, most definitely.
Summing in Grady Austerlitz.
Nico Santa Barbara with the ball. Gets it to Gilbert.
Who I know. I know Grady.
Ryan Gilbert!
So,
showing some leadership.
So fun fact, I actually coached Grady in the fall.
No way.
Yeah, I was like, wait a second, hold on. Yeah, he's a really talented player.
Miles Yanuzzi with the ball. Oh, sorry, that's Tristan Torres with the ball. Spartans trying to get inside here. Dutch tough defense, but a little ticky-tack foul there. Going to be called on David Filkins. That's his first, team's first. Possession stays with Burnt Hills under their hoop. Easy bucket there for Torres.
Yeah.
And the score is 4-2.
Yeah, not gonna lie, that was silky smooth.
That was silky smooth. Agreed. I'm liking the motion of the ball so far. I know it's early with Tazik.
Ooh!
Sinks it!
Ooh! That shot is.
Sinks it and draws the foul.
Yeah. I'm going to borrow some of Tyler's own, his a word that he and Nate have created, abruptive. As an English teacher, is abruptive a word you're familiar with?
It's not,
It's
but
not.
I'm all about making words up. I'm all about it.
That shot was pretty abruptive to the
That's
defense.
awesome. That foul was on Anthony Newsy. That's his first, team's third already. Possession with the Dutchman. Santa Barbara gets it into Oliver. Nice passing. It's fun to see these guys for the first time. You know, you just don't know what you're going to expect, what you're going to see,
Right.
what they've worked on. Long three, no good for Oliver.
Yeah, not to be.
Still needs to find his rhythm. Turnover to the Spartans. It's nice to see a small Red Sea crowd tonight.
Yeah, you know, it's always important to have folks come out for that first game, just kind of build the energy. We commented Burton Hills, they have a pretty good following here as well.
Steal there for the Dutch, called a push.
But I also got to say, look who's back on the ground again.
Yep.
And so that's the kind of effort. So Ryan Gilbert, you know, he's in that position where he knows he's a senior, and he's like, I got to set the tone from game one, from the tip, from the jump, first quarter. This is a season where we're not looking to be mediocre. We're not trying to be mid. This is really, it's our time to go and have, you know, an amazing showing. And so you're here to do that.
Now that foul was on number 2, Ryan Gilbert. It says he has 4 fouls. I'm going to tell you right now that's incorrect.
That is also, considering the team has 2.
And we haven't had that many minutes off the clock. So I can, with full confidence, tell you that my stats are correct at the moment. We got a few things to work out on the scorer's bench, but that's okay.
That's all right.
We're all rusty.
I mean, also in fairness, we have a new team in a lot of different ways.
Yep.
So, you know, normally we have our Mr. Snyder bashing of the game, but really we're going to give him some compliments today. So he's certainly missed. We have teacher John Ginder who stepped up and is doing a phenomenal job. So we're happy to have Mr. Ginder out there.
But we'll be kind for a year.
Oh, we'll absolutely be kind to him for minimally a year.
Minimal. Yep.
Maximum 2 years.
Dutch with the ball. 5:27 left to play in the first quarter. Gilbert inbounds to Oliver. Oliver brings it back out to Watazik. Tazik penetrates, tries to pass it, doesn't get it, but rebounds it back.
Oh, nice fake.
Santa Barbara going in.
Hey!
And gets the 2.
Hit him with that Frito-Lay.
Spartans with the ball. 5:06 left to play. Score is 9 for the Dutch, 2 for the Spartans. It's a great start. Burnt Hills moving around on the outside. Torrey's trying to go behind the back here, trying to go inside. Off
That's
center
a tough
shot.
bucket. I'm not going to lie. That's a tough bucket.
Yep. Nico getting it to Oliver. Over to Gilbert. To Watazik. Watazik trying to come in, loses it.
Burnhill is pretty active in
on the line. That was a lucky one for us.
It was. No, but I'm hearing their bench, you know, kind of cheer on the guys. And so obviously we're closer to their bench than we are to our own bench.
Right.
But I do love the communication that's happening on the court from both ends. So this is obviously a game that the players are invested in.
I asked for them to put us at the mid-court line, but obviously Dave Austin didn't think that was the best idea. But I when I was asked where we should be, I said, well, mid-court would be ideal.
That would be ideal. That would be ideal.
You know, I mean, that's my favorite place to be. But
we've been there.
Yeah, Andy said he'd ask, but, you know, I'm thinking that's a hot no since we're over in the corner. Possession stays with the Dutch, 35 seconds on the shot clock. 4:25 left in regulation for the first quarter. Nico's looking a little winded, but he's going to inbound the ball here.
Those kind of extended opportunities for the inbounds are always great.
Yeah. Nico with the ball. Gets it to Oliver. Oliver comes around, looking for an open man, finds Gilbert. Gilbert goes in. Easy floater.
The floater like Tony Parker, baby.
Gilbert's already got 6 points.
He does, yeah. I mean, he's playing phenomenally. But he's had that energy and effort since the jump, so.
He sure has.
He's decided, evidently, that he's taking a much more active role in the offense.
I love it, love it, love it. Burnt Hills trying to make something happen on their end here. Dutch are playing excellent defense.
You know, I was actually just thinking the same thing, that this is one of the biggest things that I've seen as a point of difference.
Yep.
Even between this year and last year. It's not that last year there weren't a lot of good individual defensive efforts, but it seems like the flow of this defense on a team-wide scale, at least in the early goings, has been really, really impressive.
Yeah, that was an air ball by Ben Klein, and the Dutch Red Sea loved it.
It was a thoughtful save, though, you know, jumping in and chucking the ball back in.
Only 9 seconds left to play, and 4, 3, and a foul's called.
Also, while we're in the early goings of the game, shout out to some of the Lady Dutch who've shown up in order to
There are
support
quite a
their
few
team.
here tonight.
Yeah.
We're excited for a Lady Dutch game, too, next week. They lost by 1 to Saratoga
In a tough
on
loss.
Wednesday night. The really tough loss, but so much potential. If you're losing Saratoga with one, we're very excited about that.
We got to hear from Maddie Hamilton, Gwen Case. Not that we have favorites, but 2 of my favorite, not favorites, but favorites. And, you know, just they're
Rebound
excited.
to Ryan Gilbert. Able to draw that foul. Ryan Gilbert's everywhere, and we're liking it.
Oh, loving it.
That foul's on number 1, Tristan Torres. That's his first. Team's
And Tristan
team's
Torres is
fourth.
someone that we wouldn't mind getting in foul trouble. I mean, he's got all their points. So
Yep. Ryan Gilbert at the line. Misses the first. Misses the second.
that is very surprising to me, to be honest,
Yep.
that he missed both. But yeah, that's
Burt Hills for 3 and sinks it.
that's an unfortunate hand down, man down.
Yep. That was number 13, John Cloffer. Timeout for the ref. Got to reset the shot clock to 31. It didn't go off when they had possession there. So Dutch retained the ball with 31 seconds on the shot. Nico gets the ball to Oliver. Back to Nico for 3.
Oh, give me 3!
And he sinks it. 14-7 Dutch with 2:54 left to play. You know, we've been doing this long enough to know that if we win and we have some excitement, that's going to bring the crowds out.
Oh,
so
100%.
we know that's the recipe for success here.
14 points, you know, not at 6 minutes into the first quarter. That's not a bad start to the season.
Right.
Not bad at all. Look at our bench, all going standing up and clapping. So, okay, I just got to say from a outside perspective, that is such a huge thing, an intangible for teams. When you see people like going and greeting their teammate, helping each other out, that chemistry that matters so much.
Alex Dorigo in the game for the Dutch. Alex saw some playing time last year. It's nice to see him in so early.
Right.
It's a miss on the basket. Rebound to the Spartans. 2:15 left to play.
Oh.
Foul on the play. Spartans trying to go in.
They were trying to recreate some crash course basketball history right there.
They were.
Ba-doom. Okay, I'm so sorry.
I love that you symbol your own jokes.
When I say I've been like eagerly waiting, I'm just like unloading.
We're not lying about eager. We've been texting each other
We
since
have
Monday
been.
about how excited we are.
Yeah. Honestly, even before that.
I know.
Monday most recently.
It's kind of pathetic, but yes, we've been excited.
Hey, this is where we're at.
Anthony Newsy to the line. Misses the first.
Jacob Case getting into the game.
It's nice to see Jacob Case here, giving David Filkins
Wow. Okay, listen to the applause again from the Red Sea. Really love to see that.
Jacob's listed at 6'4", and when we were talking to Gwen earlier, I said, is he really 6'4"? And she's like, he's really 6'5". I'm not so sure why it says 6'4".
Whew. Oh, man. He's almost as tall as me then.
Yeah.
He's got like.
And he misses the second. Dutch, 2 minutes left to play in the first quarter.
All right. With that, seems the Lady Dutch are making their exodus.
They are.
Vivian Timmons came in, obstructed Brenna's view, but then gestured to the team. She said, all right, ladies, let's roll out.
She did. You know,
Minus using those words.
We thought we were
more
going
so
to
she
lose
just was like.
Viv. We thought we were going to lose Viv at the end of last year when her father took a job in Boston or in Massachusetts out of school. But luckily, she was able to talk her family into keeping her here. So we're excited to watch her play again this year.
Absolutely.
Spartans with the ball. Minute 48 left to play. Your score is 14-7 favor of the Dutch.
Yeah.
Tristan trying to make it something happen here. I mean, Klein is definitely their money man. Oh, there we go. Torres picking it up.
Yeah, there it is.
Because Klein has been held scoreless so far tonight.
He has. I mean, but Torres has been really just.
He's really stepped up.
Absolutely, in a big way. Number 3, Keem Montgomery.
New to the team. My sports class tells me that he did go to school here in the younger years, but now he's back this year, so it's nice to see a new face.
Yeah.
Ooh, clothesline on Tyler there.
One of my scouts also reported that he played at Green Tech, and Green Tech, they are a good basketball school.
Yes, they
so
sure are.
Certainly excited to see what he's able to bring to the table. To make varsity, transferring to another school, and do that as a senior. So that's something where he's got to have some solid skills.
Tyler Watazik at the line. Scores the first.
Abruptive. I'll have to tell you the story.
And good on the second.
2 for 2.
Takes us up to 16. Minute 3 left to play. We've got Jackson Eberts coming in. Jackson is a name a lot of people in Guilderland community knows, a soccer phenom. And that's why his hair is still dyed in an atrocious way.
That's why.
That's why. So he's growing out that hair dye.
Yeah.
Jackson played really well on JV last year. He was fun to watch, so it'll be fun to see him grow into the varsity level game.
Absolutely. Shouldn't have to worry about his footwork.
Don't have to worry about that at all. He is conditioned well. Park's going with a different lineup right now.
Okay. That was definitely he was daring Miles to shoot that.
Yep. Dorigo, Watazik, Case, Eberts, and Montgomery.
Hey!
Oh, just outside.
Oh, he was making a strong case for getting more minutes right there.
He sure was. That was a beautiful play.
Oh, okay.
All right, we'll take that.
I thought it was you going for some Tay Fisher Globetrotter, but
the Burt Hills wanted a nice fast break, but you've got to convert on that.
They did.
So a little too fast. All right, set it up, boys. Montgomery getting it to Case. To Dorigo. Dorigo for 3. No good at the end of regulation for the first quarter. Your Dutchman 16 and Burnt Hills 9. Matt, what do you think? What have we seen so far?
One, something that stands out to me, we have 3 players with at least 5 points. I mean, that's phenomenal.
That's
to come out of that, so, we don't just have one weapon out there on the court, and so that means we have a pretty diverse set of skills out there. But also to keep the other team under 10 for a quarter, that's also not bad. I'm not mad at that at all.
Right.
I love seeing that. So, hey, good to see you too.
Foul trouble on both sides. 5 for both.
Right.
Which they just cleared for some reason.
Yeah. I think that foul trouble is a matter of some excitement, some,
Yep.
just eagerness to get into the game. We
Absolutely.
see, and both sides are playing hard.
Yep.
And I gotta admit something. So there's a bit of conflict in me. So my former player Grady, I want to see him do well. I just don't want to see him do better than our players.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, you want him to do well,
Yeah.
but not well enough to beat
Not
us.
well enough to beat us.
Yes,
so.
definitely not.
Yeah,
Definitely not.
But I will say, just of note, he played the entire first quarter. As soon as we saw Klein get into foul trouble, he's someone who he played nearly 40 minutes in a game.
Yeah.
Before, and he's just a sophomore. So he honestly is something that we'll need to watch.
It's interesting to look at Burnt Hill's lineup because they really only have 4 seniors. They have a lot of 10th graders and 1 9th grader,
yes.
and this is a young squad.
Oh, absolutely young
and we know
squad.
Burnt Hills is known for their athletics and their
Right,
unbelievable power in athletics. So we know they're going to be trouble in the next few years for sure.
Absolutely.
But we also know they graduated some big guns.
They did. And, we did too. And that's why I really, really loved seeing the camaraderie. Every time someone was subbed in and out, the entire team was excited about that.
Yep.
And so it was greeting saying, hey, good job, and then go in there and keep up the good work.
Yeah, Miles Yanuzzi's back in for the Spartans, which we're not surprised about at all. We expect him to be in as much as possible.
Absolutely.
So he's got the ball right now. And, of course, the photographer chooses to stand in front of me. Awesome.
Nah, his foot was
Yeah,
slide
definitely.
to the left. One hop this time.
Gotta dribble with those walks there. All right, Guilderland with the ball. 7:48. We're starting the second quarter here. Eberts with the ball. Gets it to Montgomery. Montgomery swings it around to Dorigo. Dorigo got it to Watazik. Back to Dorigo. Into Filkins. To Eberts. Nice ball movement.
I love the nuance of basketball. You see it in the passing, but also, okay, come on now. But also in the way that was just good defense. So it was good ball movement, and they weren't unnecessary passes. They were all the right passes.
No, and you knew that was all ball. If you go up, your both hands go up, and the ball goes down, you know that was all ball. And that was a good no call.
Right, I agree.
Turnover to the Spartans. Yanuzzi with the ball.
Yeah, it was just solid possession both teams.
Yep.
But that was one where the defense
Oh,
won.
behind the back and didn't quite hold on to it. Faltered that a little bit.
Oh.
Charge! Eberts draws.
Look at that.
Charge.
The entire bench standing up cheering him on. That's what I'm talking. Okay.
Yep.
When I'm saying that this is boding very, very well for our season,
Yep.
and I would have to imagine that Evers is someone who's bringing some of that, coming off such a successful season in another sport himself. That camaraderie is really one of the only ways that happens.
That foul was on number 2, Anthony Nuzzi. That's his second, I believe. I know I missed a foul somewhere because there was something that didn't come up, but second, I believe. Eberts with the ball. Coming down for the Dutch to Montgomery. Swings it left to Watazik to Dorigo. Back to Watazik for 3.
Oh,
Just
man.
bounced off. Rebound to Burnt Hills.
Grady. No. Badger stats, man. Badger stats.
3-point attempt for Burnt Hills falls short, but they rebound the ball with some quick hustle there. Mike Parks is yelling, get your hands up on those. Mm-hmm. Again, leaving them wide open.
Yeah, you can't be daring people to shoot like that. I mean, this is a varsity level.
Yep. Eberts gets it quickly to Watazik, who recovers it. To Dorigo, back to Watazik.
He made that fumble look natural.
Watazik to Eberts. Good movement.
Good screen.
And we know Eberts is a shooter. We've seen him from JV last year.
That was a good thought. It was a good thought.
Intended for Filkins, didn't quite get it. Spartans read that. Yanuzzi taking it in. He's ready.
Forced the issue right there.
Yeah. He
Solid
does not,
drive.
He wants to be in the stats.
Exactly. Right. I mean, finally.
Right?
Now, Guilderland still does have a 5-point lead, and something I pointed out before, seems like a lot that's 2 possessions.
Yep.
So that's not something to rest on our laurels.
Right.
Definitely something we can build from.
There we go.
Speaking
Eberts
of building on the lead.
Gotta follow that shot, man. If he had followed that shot, he would have had a chance at that
100%,
rebound.
100%. Oh, yeah.
Oh, I thought they were going to call that something else.
Yeah, me too. Okay.
All right, Nico and Oliver are so excited to go in that they are rushing it a little bit. Now they're being called in. giving Dorigo and Montgomery a rest. It was nice to see both of them get some playing time.
Oh, I love that. Yeah. And, those minutes are going to be valuable, especially over the stretch of a season. So that's definitely going to be really good.
Yep.
Hey, like you said, I'm a little surprised. Torres got a little bit of shoulder shimmy going on.
I always like to shout out the Dorigo family because Andy, mom, said she'd be listening to us live while she's sitting in the stands.
Oh.
I might be calling her bluff because she's not looking over at me like she knows. So she might have just been giving me some lip service last night. Regardless, we love the Dorigos.
Yeah, absolutely. I think about that all the time. Anytime, families, they talk to us about hearing what we say, I'm like, I'm so sorry.
So sorry, but with a twinkle in our eye.
Exactly.
We don't get paid to do this, folks. We just love it. We
love
basketball.
We really just love basketball. And honestly, love your kids, too.
We do. Dutch with the ball.
Hey. Come on now. Come on now. Yeah. Oh, no, don't flex on him. Don't flex on him, Nate.
Oh, boy.
No,
It's a little early for that.
Yeah.
Let's not get
Nate, it's the second quarter. It's the second quarter.
Second quarter of the first game, Nate. Slow it down.
I love the energy. I love the energy.
Ay. All right, that was Nate Oliver for 2.
Yeah.
He goes to the line as he draws the foul.
So I was like hyping him up, running out there like, yeah. I'm not going to lie, though. I'd be doing the same thing, Nate, so I'm saying calm down by 100%.
And he misses.
That's why I was waiting for him to hit the free throw.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's Ben Klein trying to get something going here for his team.
That's a good angle. Yeah.
Upstate Images photographer stands in front of me every dang time.
Every time.
Every time.
Oh. He fell. Jump. Jump on it.
All right, Dutch possession here. 4:49 left to go. Nico Santa Barbara with the ball coming down.
Oh. Okay.
Gets it to Eberts. Timeout, Dutch.
Time.
All right, that was a good time. 18-11. Still got the lead going, but it's important for us to keep the ball moving, keep our intensity, keep that level up, because we know we're going into half, and sometimes we've been known. I don't want to be it this year, but we've been known to only be a 3-quarter team.
Right.
So we don't want that. We're hopeful that that's not going to be the case, but we want to build as much of a lead as we can right now. So
I agree. And, I'd say that holistically our defense this quarter hasn't actually been bad. So while our offense hasn't been as high octane as it was in the first quarter, we've only let up 2 points this period. And, it was off of a solid play. So there have been a couple of opportunities where we could have let some things up, just to be clear. But I think that overall the strategy is still working. It's just kind of picking up some of the nuance. The defensive prowess that's coming in from Burnt Hills, though, has been impressive. They've definitely raised their game, elevated it. We have good ball movement, but it feels stagnant because we're not actually getting a lot from it. But this is where, it comes down to, okay, we need that player who's going to be able to break that line.
We sure do.
And we got a solid group on the court right now.
We do. We've got Eberts, Watazik, Santa Barbara, Gilbert, and Oliver. So good, solid starters. Watazik trying to make something happen. Gets it Eberts. Sam Oliver for 3. Misses it. Right at the buzzer of the shot clock. So turnover to Spartans. 4:09 left to play. Klein still working hard in there. Fumble that ball a little bit. Nico comes up with it.
I'm not going to lie. That was some good.
We saw so much hustle out of him last year, so if he can keep that up, that's awesome.
But to control the ball was super impressive. Like, to get there, but then also not double dribble or not just end up stagnant. Ooh. Oh, come on now. He got a piece of that.
He did.
That was actually the freshman, John Klopper. So, good defense. But
Klopper's
that was
a freshman?
Yeah, he's a freshman.
Holy.
A 6'4" freshman.
Wow. He doesn't play like a freshman.
No, he does not. I can see why he's on varsity.
Yes.
Hey, that was
little tangle again. Nate
Oliver
Oliver comes up with it.
All right.
Santa Barbara tries to get the bucket, comes down, holding his eye, so we know something got in his eye there.
Yeah.
Someone's fingertip at some point.
Yeah. But also maybe a little bit of silent contact. I'm not saying he didn't get hit, but just making sure the ref knows the extent of it.
Yes.
But that being said, that's part of the importance of being able to finish right hand or left hand, because in that instance, had he gone right, it just would have been a block, not a foul. By going left, he forced the contact.
We're watching the 30 for 30 Miller time. The
first free throw goes
in my sports class, the contest with Reggie Miller against the New York Knicks,
okay,
Patrick Ewing, 85 series, and it's so funny. The kids we just saw yesterday, Reggie Miller and John Stockton, and John hitting him, headbutting him, and Reggie Miller acting like, oh my gosh, I just got hit by a Mack truck, and it was a good giggle in class.
Knocks down both free throws.
He sure does. Nico on the board.
Yeah. Reggie Miller was one of my favorites, but he was such an actor.
Oh.
He was such an actor, but I love Reggie Miller.
Yep.
Not quite as good as his sister Cheryl, but
and they point that out on a regular basis. 3 minutes left to play. Spartans with the ball.
Klein back. Well,
Klein trying to take it, but Dutch come up with it, cause a turnover.
Yeah, that was close to carry.
It sure was.
Oh no, not the stare down.
Yeah, Yanuzzi wanted to stop that. Nico didn't like it at all.
And honestly, he did go straight up. But that was one where Nico could have created the contact by going a little bit further into his body.
Yep.
But I think he hung back in the air to try to get to avoid getting blocked. He wanted to get the shot off.
All right, Guilderland with the ball. 31 seconds on the shot clock. Into Watazik. Gets it over to Gilbert. Gilbert looking for something.
Good cross.
Drives.
Good drive.
Oh,
baseline.
Nice. Just misses the baseline line.
Hey!
Case comes up with it. Just a miss there.
Love that. There we go.
Nice jump ball.
There we go.
Their possession goes to the Spartans. Nice hustle.
Seriously, love to see that. That was fantastic play.
That's great. Scores 20-11. Dutch in control. 2 minutes 38 left to play before the half.
Torres has the ball, the leading scorer for Burnt Hills. See what he's able to create. Klein's been trying to create the offense last couple of plays. He's really good spinning over his left shoulder, so just kind of watch it. So he always seems to go left side, like every time.
Oh, beautiful shot.
That was, and just like we said, looking to create.
Yep, beautiful shot. So scores 20-14. Santa Barbara with the ball. Foul called. Nico's happy with that. He was wanting it on the last play. So
and that's one of those ones where I've seen that called 50-50. Now, there without a doubt was contact on that play. Yeah. I just sometimes see it not called.
Right.
So glad he was able to get that, and that helps him not get frustrated at further calls. Or non-calls, rather.
Yes. 35 seconds on the shot. 2 minutes, 7 seconds left to play in the half.
Good pass.
Inbounds.
Wait, what? He's not near the half-court line. I mean, maybe our angle's just bad, but it looks like he's like 5 feet away from half-court.
I'd love to see a replay on that one.
What?
Huh.
Maybe he took a couple steps when he caught it?
Maybe. Maybe.
I'm not just trying to do home crowd bias. Yeah. I'm like genuinely confused what happened there.
Yeah, very confused. So turnover to the Spartans. Klein gets it to Torres. Torres to Yanuzzi. Launches a three and misses. Ball comes down. Guilderland gets possession. Their transition game is great this year so far.
Yes,
They're fast on their transitions, which hasn't always been a strength.
No, and honestly, I'd say Santa Barbara's doing a great job of facilitating that.
Yep.
When you have a good rebounding guard, that helps. Kapazinski was a good rebounding guard. So, give him that
Takes
athleticism.
It in. Nice putback by Gilbert.
With the follow-up, but Gilbert.
22-14, 1:22 left to play. Torres with the ball. Gets it out to Yanuzzi. Yanuzzi over to Klein. Klein double teamed at times here. Still shoots and scores. Klein's getting hot. And it's not like we can say get a guy in front of him because they're already in front of him.
Right, they are. That's the thing. And, I kind of saw that on that 3 plays ago when he spun twice over his left shoulder, and I'm like, he's getting comfortable.
Yep. Tyler Watazik for 3. Just misses.
And he's had so many near threes, near misses, but oh yeah, no, he's feeling comfortable. He's feeling real
is.
good.
And that was
That's a heat check.
that was a miss from Klein, and a foul called on that.
Burnt Hills, they were going to sub in John Crawford, but then they decided to keep their rotation, I guess, after that foul.
Ref talking to Nico, calming him down a little bit.
I'm not going to lie. I think that there's something, valuable for having a player who does have that emotional energy on the court.
Yep.
You need someone who is able to, and Troy was that. He was that emotional.
Troy was definitely
definitely the emotional fuel for the team last
sure
year.
was.
So having Eco kind of step into that role, that's not
I have
bad.
Travis in 10th grade this year.
Do you?
It
Okay,
is so
yeah.
hard not to call him Troy.
I bet.
I've done it a few times. Klein for 3, misses. Rebound.
That's
Gilbert.
the power of a hand up. Also, different side of the court.
Gilbert
Klein,
gets it to Eberts. Eberts to Montgomery.
All right, Montgomery.
Montgomery takes it.
Free throw jumper, a little
Just
hard.
misses. Nobody was under there. Case was trying to get open to rebound, but just can't do it.
So number 34, Noah Hill on Burnt Hills. He was also one of my players in the
Wow.
fall. So it's not that I know.
Look at you go.
Yeah.
Klein trying to make something happen here. We know he'll shoot it no matter where he is. Gets it out. 3-point attempt, just a miss. Eberts comes down with it, looking for a long launch.
Oh,
Gets
beautiful
it to
pass.
Gilbert.
Ah.
Yeah, no call. Excellent hustle.
Love to see it.
End of half, 22 for your Dutch, 17 for Burnt Hills. Quick comment before we go to a break?
Yeah, so I got to say, we ended up letting go a little bit on the defensive end. So we ended up scoring 6 points that quarter, but gave up 8. So that was a Burnt Hills. If we're going quarter by quarter, they ended up winning that quarter. But it was really only towards the end of the quarter where that ended up happening. There's not really reason to panic. I think we're still in a very, very good position to be able to be in control of the game, to be able to win the game. And I'm excited to see what ends up happening. So,
and going into a half with a 5-point lead, that's something we don't always have. It's something that's exciting to see. We'll take it.
We have not been a team that historically has started off the first quarter very, very hot. So to come in with that 5-point lead, that's definitely a good thing. And again, it's the energy that we're seeing. That's not just a matter of, hey, they're down or they're up, but it's been consistent energy from the bench, consistent energy and messaging from Coach Parks. So I imagine some of the points of emphasis when they get back, it's going to be some of those closeouts where there were a couple times when they gave shooters a little bit too much space, and it was those back-to-back shots from Klein that end up getting things back into the game a little bit for Burnt Hills. So I expect that's going to be one of the bigger adjustments. And then on the offensive end, it's making sure that as they swing the ball, it's in a way that's going to be able to produce some quality shots.
Yep, absolutely. We have 8 minutes 55 left to half. We're going to take a break, go get a drink, go to the bathroom. Come on back. Have a great break. right, we're back with you for 15 seconds left to play as the guys warm up. We have seen some great stuff from the Dutch. We're excited to see more.
Absolutely. I mean, when we look at the breakdown, even of our scoring, so Ryan Gilbert's really had a phenomenal game.
Cool.
Nico's had a game, he's played very well. He's done a good job getting in there, forcing contact, getting to line a bit. Tyler Watazik has had a great game. So really, I think we've had a well-rounded offense. What we want to make sure that we're able to do is not get bogged down by their defense. We had good ball movement, but some of our off-ball movement corresponding with it to make sure that those shots were open and available. That, is going to be a point of emphasis for us. And also making sure that we don't let Klein get hot again like he did before.
Exactly. Luckily, we went into half just before he got too hot there. Nico Santa Barbara with 2 fouls. Ryan Gilbert with 2. Eberts, Case, Filkins, and Oliver all have 1. But for the Spartans, it's a different foul story. Miles Januzzi has 2. Tristan Torres 2. Anthony Nuzzi 3. Austerlitz 1. And Clawford 2. So they've got to watch their fouls just a little bit more. We'll see how the second half goes. We're ready to go here.
Absolutely. And I'm not mad about them being in a little bit of foul trouble.
Not mad at all. Ball's going to be with the Dutch. And here we go for the second half. We've got Watazik, Oliver, Filkins, Gilbert, and Santa Barbara in our starting 5. Coach liked what he saw from them. Wants to give him another shot. Gilbert for 3, just misses on the rim. Rebound to the Spartans. You might be confused at home with the foul situation this year. Let me tell you, we were too.
We were confused.
With the new rule, there's going to be no more than 5 fouls each time. Once we hit 5, it's a 2-shot foul. So that's why you're noticing 2 shots when there's not a shooting foul involved. So totally new rule this year. It's going to take some adjustment for everybody.
Yeah. There was a play earlier in the first quarter where we both just assumed we missed what happened. Somehow we're like,
he's shooting for what reason?
Yeah, we're looking at the court. Maybe we're just not paying attention. And we were wrong just for a different reason. The rules changed.
Absolutely. So important to know. We'll keep reminding you of that for the first few games until we get it.
Right. Reminding ourselves as well. Because we're like, the 1-and-1.
I wasn't going to tell him that.
Subtlety was not my strength there.
But you still can foul out with 5 fouls, so we got to keep track of that for that reason. In and out, bucket there. That's a lucky break for us. Rebound to the Dutch. 6:42 left to go. Filkins gets it around to Gilbert. Gilbert goes in nice.
There we go.
Nice.
Hey!
Filkins scores and draws the foul.
And honestly, it's funny. Right before that shot, I was about to say, just seeing the angles, like our movement off ball, and that was really, really great. That was a perfect screen, and then just dive inside. So definitely a solid play right there.
Fouls on number 0, Miles Januzzi. Sends David to the line.
That's his 3rd foul, right?
Sure is. Filkins misses the one.
Oh, good board.
Excellent rebound. Back out to Filkins, to Gilbert. Gets it to Oliver, around to Santa Barbara.
Gilbert's only 5'11", but he's got long arms.
He
to be able
sure
to pull
does.
that, that was an impressive rebound.
He sure does. Oliver to Filkins, back to Santa Barbara. Santa Barbara driving around, in and out, goes to Watazik. Watazik for 3, misses.
Short. And ball
goes out of bounds. Turnover to Burnt Hills.
I say just 5'11", but really that's well within the average for our team.
Yeah. Tristan Torres with the ball for the Spartans.
Oh.
Wide open. Oh, but
there was a whistle,
no shot. Yep. Oh, here comes the ball.
Oh, this was my time.
Yeah, you're not getting in.
That's
We've got
crazy.
new seats this year.
I know.
We're sandwiched in.
Oh, my gosh. Wait, I'll never get another rebound.
I know.
That was instrumental to our success last year.
It was.
Our team's going to miss those boards I put back. Wow. We gotta do something about that.
Spartans retain possession of the ball. Inbound to Ben Klein. Gets it to Januzzi, who draws the quick foul. That's going to be on David Filkins. And that's going to be his 2nd.
I like that. Nate Oliver really, doing a great job, even just regulating his team. He's like, hey, calm down, man. It's not that big of a deal. Don't get hot about this. Just win through your play. And I think that's, it's really, really valuable being able to have an on-court leader like that, someone who's going to be able to do that. I know I said earlier it's good to have someone who's emotionally charged, but you also need that balance too.
You sure do. Spartans again with the possession. And a fresh shot clock with the foul. Kloffer gets it to Yanuzzi, back to Kloffer, back to Yanuzzi. Yanuzzi goes in and attempts to get it to Nuzzi, but that didn't work. Oliver comes up with it to Gilbert.
Seeing Gilbert and Nuzzi, when they collided in the air, they fell at the same time, stood up at the same time, ran at the same time, both wearing number 2. It's an interesting
Santa
visual.
Barbara saves it, gets it to Watazik. Swings it to Gilbert, over to Oliver. Oliver drives, gets it out to Watazik, drives back out to Oliver, wide open.
You can't leave that man.
Misses the 3. Oh, over the back there.
Yeah,
That's over the back. David's shaking his head no, but it definitely was.
Yeah, and, maybe that's frustration with himself, being like, I should have done better, but nah. Santa Barbara getting some rest.
So we're up to 3 fouls for the Dutch, 1 for the Spartans, which is a flip-flop from what we had in the first half of the game.
Certainly in the first quarter. I mean, Burton Hill's picking up fouls real quick in that.
Score 24-17, still in favor of the Dutch. 4 minutes 48 left to play in the third quarter. Spartans with the ball, 25 seconds on the clock. Burnt Hill's working to penetrate this defense. Nice pass, a little fumble, back out. Missed 3, but they rebound. Ben Klein gets it for an easy putback. It's Ben's first points of the quarter. Gilbert manages to hold on to it. Out to Watazik. Watazik for 3. That's a high 3, not going in. He's got to find his rhythm tonight.
Right. Yeah, and he's been hitting the rim each one of those shots.
Yeah, he's there. He's just not.
That's frustrating as a shooter when
sure
you're close.
is.
But I like it that he's still shooting, because shooters shoot. You can't get fazed by a miss.
You can't. Just had Kyler Ackert walk in. I'm very upset he's not playing basketball this year, but he chose to focus on baseball.
Yeah.
Oh
man, that was.
Burnt Hills is getting all the looks here.
And
we got to
that makes
rebound.
it a 3-point game. Of course, you're going to have a timeout at that point.
And we just watched it.
I mean, that was 4 possessions, 5.
Yep, right in a row there.
Another opportunity for a Matt rebound.
Yep.
But it became a Mac rebound.
Yeah. It did. 3:40 left to play, 24-21. As Matt said, they're closing the gap here. We went into the half 5 points ahead, and now we're down. So we're down to 3, so we've got to really protect that.
Right. And, because part of it, it's not just about the fact that, okay, hey, now it's 1-3 away. It's about, basketball's such a game of momentum. So for Burnt Hills, they're like, oh, hey, we were down by, at one point, like 10 points in this game.
Yep.
And so this is where they're seeing, okay, hey, we can turn this thing around. We're a 3 away. And we got a couple shooters on this team. So for Guilderland, though, it's really important in these moments to not rush. You play your game and you play it well, but a lot of times players will try to rush and force the issue, and you got to stay composed.
Guilderland with the starting 5 still on the floor. Burnt Hills, same as well, except they've got Anthony Newsy's not in. Instead, they've got Grady Austerlitz in.
My boy.
Nico gets it out to Oliver. Oliver around to Watazik. Watazik cross court over to Santa Barbara, who goes in, missed. He did a little 2-step there, but didn't get called.
Yeah, he bobbled the ball a little bit and then realized he had to throw it up. Oh, off his head. What?
Now we're going full bore for both teams here, and it's getting a little choppy and sloppy.
It is.
All right, Jacob Case in. Boy, his height is nice, isn't it?
Yes. Coach Parks telling him to get under. He was guarding, trying to stop the inbound pass, but really he needs to be able to play some help defense on the drive.
And block those drives. You got it. Stay with him.
Yeah.
Yeah, Miles can do it. 2 points for Miles Yanuzzi.
Right. Yeah, he got the step on him, which
Burnt Hill's within 1 now. You can feel the excitement on their bench.
so this is where having seniors on the floor is going to be really, really important because you need players who are used to these kinds of moments who are going to keep their composure. Like I said,
The shot clock, not a violation there. It looks
No,
like a shot
something,
clock
yeah.
issue. We've got Akeem Montgomery ready to come in. I'm thinking the shot clock didn't start, is what I'm thinking.
yeah, I think so. Coach Park's motioning to his team. He had the hands kind of going down, like, hey, just keep it steady, like, play your game.
Yep.
'Cause, I mean, it's not as if these guys can't play. Obviously they can play. We saw how well they were doing in the first half. So really, it's a matter of sticking to things that work, but also noticing, okay, hey, where are we seeing Burnt Hills penetrate from again and again? What are the gaps that we have, and then adjusting for them. And some of it is just a matter of, hey, I got beat on this possession. And that's going to happen. Obviously, the game's not going to stay. You're not going to keep any team to 0 points. But it's a matter of saying, okay, hey, they're playing their game, but we have to trust our game plan and stick to it. And then if it's not working, that's where Coach Park steps in and says, okay, hey, we're adjusting and we're tweaking it. And we're going to do that either via players, we're going to change the defensive scheme that we're running, or I'm going to drop some specific plays to try to break through that tension that's happening.
Yeah. All right, looks like the refs have reset the shot clock to 35. They had it at 25 at one moment. Nope, they're still telling them it's not going. They're still whistling. This is hard for the players because they need to stay warm here.
They do. If you look, they're all moving around.
Yep,
No one's standing still.
Yeah, you got to stay warm and not lose your momentum here.
Right.
2
And you don't want
minutes
it tight.
29 left to play. Well, it's hard not to do that when there's all these. Okay, Montgomery's in now.
Yep, Pataz coming to the bench. The refs allowed that substitution. So, there is stoppage of play. The clock itself is running, though.
Oh, good. Nice close-up here on our people. Dave Austin, our athletic director, helping out.
But the clock itself is running right now. That's obviously going to change, but it's at 2:18 where it really should be closer to 2:34.
Yeah. Now they're fixing the clock. Okay. We're rusty on all parts here. This is the first basketball game, so yeah, they're trying to fix the clock too. So, but nothing will beat that year that Dave had to start wiping up the water. Remember?
That was. How could I forget?
That was a good time.
The bucket.
Oh man.
That was his first year here, I believe.
That was his first
That was his
year.
first
You're
year.
right.
Yeah,
You're
he
right.
came in. But
Right.
I like that. I'm like, all right, he's a man of the people.
All right, it looks like we're ready now. 2:29's on the clock, 25 on the shot. Guilderland with the ball, with Tazik inbounds to Santa Barbara. Santa Barbara back to Watazik. Gets it over to Gilbert, over to Montgomery.
So inadvertently, that time may have been helpful for Guilderland, just to be able
Slow down Burnt Hills a little bit. Yeah.
Right.
Watazik out to Santa Barbara, who wanted the shot, wanted the look.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, he got. Okay.
We both thought what we were gonna say.
All right, we were both saying, yeah, that was definitely a travel, but now they called it a foul, so we'll take it.
Yeah. And in fairness, it could be our angle. We honestly could just not have seen the foul. Yeah.
So Guilderland retains possession here. Santa Barbara with the ball. Wants to get it to Montgomery. Gets it to Watazik, over to Gilbert. Gilbert takes a three.
Confidently, but off.
Oh,
But
Case!
that bucket is huge.
That gets him on the board.
So, honestly, we'd only had 2 points this quarter. In 6 minutes, we'd only scored one time. So not only are we going to have that point, but we have the ability to make this now a two-possession game should he hit this free throw.
And that foul was on number 1, Tristan Torres. I believe that's his third. Mm-hmm. Case at the line. And he gets the three-point play.
Makes it a two-possession game. That's huge.
That is
huge. It gives us a buffer.
1:51 in the third period. Spartans with the ball. Torres to Yanuzzi. Little travel there.
One of my favorite things is when some of the officials, they get animated when they do the calls. Like, I've seen some refs with travel, they start, dancing. They're like...
Yeah.
it's nothing is more amusing to me in a game than when they do that.
So 141 left to play, 27-23 in favor of the Dutch, 3 fouls apiece. Santa Barbara with the ball, gets it to Gilbert. Gilbert to Watazik, over to Montgomery. Back to Watazik. Watazik double team there. Montgomery. Watazik over to Gilbert. Gilbert took a little extra step.
Yeah. But, I mean, even just look at the composition of how Guilderland played that last possession. Case's bucket, it was so big for that reason.
It was great.
It was able to, one, unfortunately, the shot clock issue ended up being a reset, but also his bucket was really a momentum,
It's just nice to see height under that hoop.
100%.
We've been struggling with that for a few years here.
Right before, Dallas was really a lone big man down there.
Yep.
In some ways. Springer was playing above his height.
Oh. Miscommunication by Burnt Hills. Turns it over to the Dutch. 1:01 left to play.
Yeah.
Plenty of time here.
People use both teams are using the shot clock. We're looking at 2, maybe 3 possessions. At most 4, but no more than 4, I'd say.
Tazik quickly to Montgomery. Back to Watazik. Over to Gilbert, who's wide open. He's not going to take it. Getting it back to Case.
They're playing with the lead.
To Watazik. Shoots it out to Montgomery. Takes it inside. Tries to go up and ends up drawing a foul.
The entire bench stands up once again. And I love that they're doing that in a moment like this. So they're not a fair weather bench. And that was one of the things where we wanted to kind of see how that played out when the game got a little bit more tense. And there they are. It was the entire bench that stuff. Not a person was still seated. Love to see that. And especially, he's a newer member of the team. It's not like he's been playing with them for years.
Right.
So that's really, really great.
Akeem misses the first. Come on, buddy. We want you in the scorebook. Eberts comes in, giving Santa Barbara a break. Akeem, good on the second. He's in the books.
Got his first points at home.
Spartans with the ball. Going to try to answer here with 34 seconds left. Scores 28-23. Ben Klein trying to get past Montgomery.
Oh, he got some space there too.
Oh, nice pass in. That ball came into Cloffer, I believe that was, right?
Yep, 6 seconds. 4, got to get the shot off.
Oh!
Hey!
The bank is open!
Yeah, Gilbert left his arm hanging up.
The bank is open.
He's having a good game. He's in double digits.
He sure is. 31-25 at the end of the quarter.
What a turnaround. 2 minutes to go, we'd only scored 2 points. And we ended the game, with a 9-point swing right there. So that was really, really, really big play.
Gilbert's up to 10 points already. Excellent, excellent job. Nice, diversity there, too. We had Gilbert score, Montgomery score, Case score, and Filkins score. And we hadn't had Filkins, Case, or Montgomery score yet. So they really stepped up in the third quarter, which was nice to see.
Yeah, over the course of a season, just for longevity, you have to be able to have multiple scores. If it were just our scores from the first quarter and Gilbert, Santa Barbara, and Watazik, that's not going to win you many games.
Right.
But being able to say, hey, I don't need you to be scoring double digits each game from anyone who scored just in that last quarter. But if we can get you to, contribute a couple buckets and maybe 1 or 2 games you're giving us that double digits, that's going to go a really long way.
Yes, your score is 31-25. Favor of the Dutch. We have 8 minutes left to play in regulation.
We got a 6-point lead, but I'd say it still isn't something where we want to take our foot off the gas. Just considering, in the second quarter we were up by 5, and then it was within 2 points. So we are definitely not out of the water. We're in a very good position.
Right.
Honestly, we're in a better position than we were at the end of the second quarter. And I got to go back to Case for that. His bucket was a momentum shifter.
It was great. Coach Parks is keeping the same 5 in that we're in to end the third quarter.
That makes sense to me.
It makes sense to me as well.
Last minute, they were able to get a couple possessions, string them together, reward them.
And here we go. 8 minutes left to play in regulation. Burnt Hills with the ball. trying to make something work here. Dutch need to keep their defense up. Oh, can't leave Klein alone.
Oh,
and that is
man.
why
You know,
he is
Yeah.
deadly from
Yeah,
the three-point
yeah, he's-
range.
that man can shoot.
Gilbert
Nice.
with the ball. Sorry.
No, I was going to say, honestly, and he's kind of bucking some of my advanced analytics on him. He's been scoring mostly from the left side of the hoop, but that one was the right side three.
Yep. With Tazik.
Oh, Watazik to answer.
We wanted him to find his rhythm.
But that's why shooters shoot, right?
Yep.
It's you don't give up because you never know when.
You never know. Shooter's got to shoot.
And you have to believe each shot's going in. Klein says, let's make this a contest.
Yep. Knocked out of bounds by number 1, Torres. Montgomery wanted a call. Dutch with the ball. 7:10 left to play. Watazik gets it into Santa Barbara. Santa Barbara will bring it down.
Oh.
Gets it to,
Okay.
oh, timeout. Coach Parks won a 30 seconds timeout.
And I get it. You know, Burnt Hills, they're increasing that pressure, and they're playing him up top, you know, a good 5 feet outside the arc. So, at least from what I can tell, we can't really see the lines that clearly. So
Just make numbers up.
Yeah, that's.
It works.
Just trust me.
It works.
Yeah. It's objectively math-based.
All right, we've had 2 threes to start the fourth quarter here. One of those came from Ben Klein, who has 3 on the night,
Right.
and he's got 11 points so far.
Yeah, he had 2 of those threes in that second quarter, if I remember correctly, and then just the one now. So honestly, he's someone though that we know can definitely get hot in a hurry. That's what he did in the second quarter. So we don't want to get too casual.
I love how you say, if I remember correctly, as you're looking at my score sheet, you can see I blow up your story.
That's crazy. Just imagine this, working with someone, then you expose them live on the air. That's crazy to me. That's wild.
I'm
That's
like,
wild.
hey, man. That's why I keep score. And here we go, 6:56. Santa Barbara gets it to Montgomery. Montgomery goes
Oh.
in.
Oh,
Hot dogs it, just misses. Ball kicks out. Spartans have it. Dutch need to turn up this defense, keep it pressured, avoiding the fouls, of course. Wide open. We know Yanuzzi likes those shots.
Yep.
That's his first 3 of the night. Santa Barbara to Gilbert. Gilbert back to Santa Barbara. Santa Barbara over to Montgomery. Oh,
A risky pass.
that
gets
was
through.
risky,
Oh.
risky. No shot. They're going to call
Yeah, I
travel.
thought so.
I thought so too.
I mean, I get that. So that's an NBA maybe
Yeah,
fine play,
yeah.
depending on how you interpret the
Yeah.
0 step, the gather step, as some call
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Also, I'm not going to lie, I've definitely done that a lot.
Yeah. It definitely, from here, I was like, ooh.
Yeah.
But, yep. All right, Spartans with the ball. 5:54 left to play. 34-31. Dutch need to keep that intensity on the defensive end here, because we know Burnt Hills can shoot from anywhere. Yanuzzi's wide open.
Oh, I was about to say that would have been a problem. That could have been a tie game right there.
Sure could have.
6 minutes to go. Yeah, that's.
Foul, I believe, was on Nico. That puts Tristan Torres at the line, who has not shot any free throws yet tonight. Rims the first one, and it's out. Jackson Ebert's in for Santa Barbara. Red Sea's finally getting noisy.
Yeah, which is interesting. I mean, in that comeback, they.
Yeah.
Oh, don't be noisy during the shot, though.
And he makes the first. The second, sorry.
Yeah.
I meant to
He made
say
one. He made one of 2.
Yeah,
Yes.
I got ahead of myself here. Eberts gets it to Oliver. Back to Eberts.
Oh,
Watazik's
was
wide
open. He was.
Back to Oliver. Oliver tries to think about penetrating, but doesn't. Gets it back out to Eberts. Eberts over to Watazik. Watazik cross court to Oliver, over to Gilbert, who takes a three.
And money.
It's his second three of the night.
Big time players make big time plays. We've been saying that since day one, folks.
I'm so happy with his play tonight.
Oh, so happy.
Yanuzzi gets it to Newsy. Shot just missed by Cloffer.
Oh.
Craziness under the boot, but Cloffer gets a rebound and a putback.
I mean, that three was a huge bucket. That would have been a tie game otherwise. I mean, he's kept it within, one, arguably two possessions, depending on what Barnhills does.
Eberts to Oliver. Oliver back to Eberts. Good quick ball movement here. Back to Oliver. Inside to Case. Case back out to Eberts. Oliver's going to take the three. Just misses. Nobody under there to rebound.
Oh, I know.
Just miss.
That's another, should have been a Matt rebound. I'm keeping track of my own stats this game. Those ones are in my head because for whatever reason, Brenna won't write down my stats. So I have 3 missed rebound attempts.
4:15 left to play. 37-34. Favor of the Dutch. Watazik gets it into Eberts. Oliver wants the ball. Gets it. Back to Eberts. Looking for something here. Gets it with Watazik, but that was well read.
No, that was a foul. Come on.
Yep.
Let me not.
Eberts gets it over to
the oop.
Gilbert.
The oop.
Missed bucket there. Rebound to Burnt Hills.
Santa Barbara getting ready to come back in.
Timeout, Burnt Hills. 37-34, tight game.
It is a tight game.
3 minutes 48 to play.
Now, I was kind of hoping that the accidental loop to Ryan Gilbert turned out successful. I was really about to bust down to
that would have
my
been
favorite
fun.
play is the alley-oop. I love the pick and roll. I love the give and go.
That would have been fun.
But, I mean, it's definitely not an alley-oop attempt.
Yeah,
But,
yeah.
but still, so at this point, this is where, you're going to have to keep yourselves regulated again. It's that emotional, what I love about basketball is that as much as it's a physical game, as much as it's a skill game, it's a mental game, and it's also an emotional game. So you need to have those people who are going to keep you fired up. You also need those people who are going to be able to keep you cool. And in a moment like this, I think it's important to be able to have someone who's going to get them fired up while not going over and just making, risky plays.
Right.
You got to make smart plays.
All right, that was the horn to signal the end of the timeout here. Refs are going over to get the players on the court. How cool would it be to go into overtime on this game, too?
Back-to-back overtime, that'd be,
Woo!
that'd be nice.
All right, Dutch still with Gilbert. Filkins is in now. Santa Barbara, Oliver, Watazik. Back to our starting 5.
Right.
Spartans have Yanuzzi, Klein, Cloffer, Torres, and I can't see their 5th. Can you see their 5th one over there? Who's bringing the ball in? I can't. I'm blocked.
Number 1.
Oh, no, number 2, Newsy.
No,
so they're back to their starting 5, too.
Which makes sense.
Sure does. Nice pass to
that was a
Klein.
good
That
find.
was an easy bucket.
1 possession game.
1 possession. Down by 1
1
here.
free throw, really.
Yep.
So everything on
Santa
the court,
Barbara.
everything carries that much more weight
Over
now.
to Filkins. Over to Watazik.
Good pass. Oh, I wanted that so
Just
bad for
missed
him.
it. I did too. Rebound to the Spartans. Dutch going to have to turn up the defense here. Don't let these guys can shoot from anywhere. Wide open.
Santa Barbara wanted help with that one, but honestly, he gave up on that possession too quick.
He
Because
did.
he assumed someone had, been underneath.
He did. That was Newsy's first score of the night and put them up by 1. Nice no-look pass to Watazik. Santa Barbara to Oliver. Back to Watazik.
He's got such a high-arcing shot.
He does. They want him to shoot a 3, but we're...
Yeah, I know. All right, you got to get back on defense. Can't bemoan the possession.
Gilbert, way to reach in and get that moved.
That was very heads-up play to stop that.
Yeah, Yanuzzi and Santa Barbara talking here. Spartans, 32 seconds on the shot clock.
Oh, man. So, Klein, backdoor. Then, getting beat off the drive, and then Klein backdoor again.
Yep. Spartans up 40-37. This is when the Red Sea should be loud and screaming, but they're silent.
Right.
Santa Barbara for 3!
Let's go! Santa Barbara.
That's the spark we need.
Yeah. That brings him to double digits, actually.
That sure does. That's the spark we need. We need the kids to get a little wild here.
Yeah.
There's a picture of them. Look at that.
Aww.
All in their red and white. Oh, Brady Conboy acting like he could do the shot, please. I love Brady. I would have said it to his face. So.
No, that's what I was about to say.
I adore him.
My favorite thing. And because, okay, for folks watching at home, we regularly do talk to kids about this. And, so we'll tell them that we're going to say stuff.
Yes.
And when we do say them, we follow up with them. We're like, hey, by the way, I said this.
Well, and they usually know because they go home and watch.
Right,
so.
right. Or we'll get called out.
Yeah.
Like, sure did say that.
Yep. They're like, hey, oh, sorry. The camera was on you at the time. I can't help it. I just say what comes to my mind.
So 40-40, I'm really interested to see what kind of sets are going to happen coming out of this timeout. So, are we going to see presses happening? Half court, full court. Burn Hill started doing intense presses on Santa Barbara as early as the start of this quarter. So I'm curious to see what's going to happen now that we got a tie game and such a little time to go.
Yep. Still with our starting five here. They've played well. Coach Parks has had a good look at them this year or today, seeing what they can do, seeing how they can handle the pressure, seeing how they can step up. I've been impressed as well. So.
Right.
But it's nice to know we've got people we can sub in who can handle it.
Well, that's the thing. Yeah, this feels like a fairly deep bench.
Yep.
Okay. So obviously you got the ball in Klein's hands. Oh,
yep. Can't leave anybody open. Got to
defense,
fight for
Good
all of
defense
it.
by Gilbert.
Wide open.
And there it is.
It's Miles' second three for the night. Both coming in the fourth quarter. 1 minute 44 left to play. With Tozic all the way over to Gilbert to Santa Barbara.
Back to back. Oh. I get it. If I'm him, you got to take a shot. We're down 3.
Yep.
1.5. You can't be.
Oh,
that's a bad communication.
Yep.
Yes,
Good
there we go.
job. Intercepted pass there by Oliver.
Yeah, Oliver.
Gets it to Watazik all the way over to Gilbert.
Back to Tozic.
Take it.
Oh, it's all right. You can't beat yourself up. Get back on defense. Sprint down there.
Get another steal.
Oh, Watazic's frustrated.
Yeah.
And,
foul's going to stop the clock there and get us to a timeout, it looks like. What are the Red Sea people leaving now for? I'm so confused. Do they not understand basketball?
I'm going to keep my mouth shut.
I might have to turn the mic off and say something.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they're going to watch from the door. Okay. All right. Because I was going to judge. Minute 4 left to play. Burnt Hill's up 43-40. Not many fouls this quarter.
No, literally one.
Literally one on the Dutch side. So that's been a change from what we've seen the other 3 quarters so far.
Yeah, I mean, Burnt Hills was leading in fouls by a significant margin in the first quarter.
Yep.
The script flipped in third. It was about equal in the second.
Yep. Dutch have had threes from Nico Santa Barbara, Ryan Gilbert, and Tyler Watazik this quarter. So we can see each play they're trying to get it in one of their hands. I mean, that's obvious. The threes just aren't falling for us just as late of late. So hopefully we'll get a good steal here and a 3. Wouldn't that be nice?
Mm-hmm.
Good try, Ebert. He had a hand on it. And easy layup by Newsy.
That's a huge bucket. That is.
56 seconds left to go.
If I'm Gilbert, he had to go for that
Take
steal.
it with Tazik.
There it is.
And that might be the game.
Right. But again, if I'm Ryan Gilbert, I also would have gone to try to get that steal. You have to.
Yep.
But that's where you have to have the help defender, which he was coming, but it was too late. You gotta get your head down and run.
Yep.
I couldn't even actually pay attention to the jersey number to see who it was that came to help out.
Yeah.
But
It's hard to tell. Santa Barbara in the game now. And so is Akeem Montgomery. Yep. Quick foul here. It's so hard with them not putting the fouls up because we can't see the numbers that the refs show.
Right.
That hurts our game immensely.
Well, with this is like you go for the steal immediately. You give them like 2-3 seconds, and you got to try to go for the foul.
Yep.
So.
Burnt Hills running it down fast.
Oh, yeah. No, that's.
Easy bucket by Tristan Torres. Santa Barbara with the ball. 33 seconds left to play. Got to shoot fast here. Tyler with Tazik. Misses a 3.
And that's going to be.
23 seconds left. And Torres, Burnt Hills finishing strong.
It's tough to imagine this was a game that, we came into this quarter with a lead, actually.
We did.
6-point lead.
We did. 9 seconds left to go. Burnt Hills has increased their lead to 9 now.
Okay.
49-40. 9 seconds left in regulation. So our hopes of overtime is done.
Yeah, that's looking not likely.
Not that likely at all. Does this chaperone know the game's still on?
That's wild. Yeah, evidently not. No.
Oh, she figured it out now. No.
She's on the court.
Burnt Hills at the line here. 6.7 seconds left to go. Torres, good on one.
All smiles from him.
And good on the second.
Oh.
He's really had a good fourth quarter.
He has. Let's try to do the silencer.
Eberts gets it to Oliver. Oliver takes it in. And that's the end of regulation. 40 for your Dutchman, 51 for Santa Barbara. Not the outcome we wanted for the first game, but certainly we saw some respectable and some good things that we'd like to see in the future.
100%. And I'm going to say this, the score does not at all reflect the closeness of this game. This was not an 11-point blowout kind of a game. That's just really, that was all in the last minute. Literally it was in the last minute.
Exactly.
So,
as we always say, it's a great day to be a Dutchman.
It's a beautiful day to be a Dutchman.
Have a wonderful weekend, everybody. We'll see you next week.
See you very soon.